What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to YGOPD, your Yu-Gi-Oh! Professional Development, and we are back with another episode of 2-Minute Text. I actually wasn't going to cover this card originally, but I figured I'd change it up since the price has dropped a bit lower than what I thought, just under 10 bucks, and seems like it could even dip down to about 5 bucks in about a week, which would be a pretty insane steal if you could get a playset for about $15. The card I'm talking about is the Black Goat Laughs. I figured I'd highlight one of my last finite cards before I kind of shake something up with what might become a pretty solid side card in the upcoming format, so I wanted to get something different in the mix. If you've not read this, at least for me, it gets more interesting each time I read it. It has an on-field effect and a grave effect. The activated effect on field lets you declare a monster name, and then neither player can special summon monsters with that original name except from the graveyard. I know most people are thinking Poplar is a good target for this, but I think it might have a little more shine when dealing with extra deck monsters to prevent cards like Princess from ever hitting the board. Another honorable mention for this might be a go-to for decks that can't really avoid getting the monster engraved and bringing it back, like Voiceless on low, or maybe even better, just their main ritual monster. This card seems pretty good against meta decks that have a very specific focus on cards that they need as a key combo piece, and right now we have a good amount of them, like Turbulence, Garunix, and Flamberge. The Grave effect is similar, but you declare the monster card name and it prevents players from activating effects with monsters of that original name on the field. This might end up even being the better effect of the two, since a lot of decks are trying to find ways to do Beatrice Turbo right now, dumping rollback and a trap of choice. Maybe this is the trap of choice. Of course, in addition to that, there's a ton of recent ways that you can just discard or send cards from your hand to the grave as cost, making this card live immediately, even on your turn when you go second, pitching it with cards like Black Witch, Mseti, King Sark, all the like, which might not be too terrible to banish it and then force out a negate like an IP or an SP that might already be on field or any other threat before even committing to a normal summon. It almost feels like pitching an imperm you can still use. Shout out to Breakthrough Skill and Lost Wind from back in the day, but that's it. That's this week's 2-Minute Text. Like I said, the more I read this card, the more it grows on me. If it was only a summon in general, I wish, instead of just special summon to hit decks like Flu too, but regardless, let me know what you guys think about this little goat here, and I will see you all on Sunday. Later.